You're watching FNN, the FUKK News Network.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers.
Hey, look who's here. Showtime. Bobby Buddy, huh? Bobby Buddy. Well, here we go, kids. Let's go here. Hey, Bobby Buddy's here.
What's that?
Oh, nothing. Bobby Bunny just dropped a few carrots, that's all.
Viewer discretion is advised.
SHMACKEMAGOB.
SHMACKEMAGOB, everybody. It's time for the only news that matters, and I want to thank Zorg for that SHMACKEMAGOB intro. Zorg is the dog for the power couple. Two people I really love, Charlie Hill and Danielle Hill. Amazing people. Thank you so much for that SHMACKEMAGOB intro. And if you want to send your SHMACKEMAGOB intro, send it to this email right here. I'll put it up in order as received. And man, this past week, I got a bunch of them. So hey, be patient, everybody. Every week, I'll put up a new one. And I also want to thank Vincent Cavanaugh for that thumbnail that you see on this with Paul Stanley of Kiff putting liar on his face. Alright, so let's get into the only news that matters. And some sad news, Gary Corbett, who played keyboards with Kiss, is battling a very aggressive form of lung cancer that has spread to his brain and hip. A GoFundMe campaign has been launched to help him and his wife as they are facing devastating medical bills while he goes through treatment. And you can see the link to that GoFundMe in the description below, so please donate if you can. I know I will. Best of luck to Gary Corbett and his wife. Alright, next story. Wolfgang Van Halen says he will keep firing back at his online trolls. Look, I'm not one to tell people what to do. If that's what Wolfie gets off on, then more power to him. I deal with it differently. I won't give them a satisfaction of a reply, and I ban them. Problem solved. But hey, if Wolfgang enjoys it, keep doing it. And I've seen some of those trolls that mess with Wolfgang, and yeah, they are a special kind of stupid. Alright, next story. Dave Mustaine confirmed David Ellefson will not appear on upcoming Megadeth album. He erased all his bass, and he's going to have somebody, he says he found somebody, but not sure if it's going to be a touring musician, not sure if they're going to join the band, but he says he has a very competent player to come in and redo the bass tracks that David Ellefson did. Replacing bass tracks, taking the original bass tracks off and adding new bass tracks in. Who does that remind me of?
Sharon!
Many people online are speculating who this bass player can be. Steve DiGiorgio, Jason Newsted. I happen to know who this bass player is. You heard it here first. Alright, next story. Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony launch Van Hagar's social media pages. Hagar says, hey everybody, I got some fresh news for you. Mikey and I have been checking out our old vintage footage of stuff we've been doing over the years with Van Hagar. We're finding nuggets every day and we're going to share them with you. Now, I'm sure many of you are aware I'm not a big fan of Sammy Hagar, but for once, I am going to praise him for this because I love the fact that he's calling it Van Hagar. I know I've had many arguments with people saying, Van Halen, it's not Van Hagar, it's Van Halen. Well, now your boy Sammy is acknowledging it's Van Hagar. I mean, personally, I'd rather it be called Vangina, but you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. So, hey, a thumbs up to the Red Rocker. He still sucks. Alright, next story. Vince Neil has canceled his upcoming show. Now, I think I know why. See, a lot of people are like, well, he canceled it because he blew out his voice and he doesn't want... I think it's deeper than that. I think what happened, like, the organizers of this stadium tour, I have a feeling they paid him off. They said, look, Vince, we got a lot of money invested in this stadium tour stuff. So, hey, what do you say we pay you more than this promoter was going to pay you so you don't have to play? So Vince is getting money for not playing. What an awesome gig, getting paid thousands of dollars to not play. I don't know, I think that's what the deal is. And in related news, Motley Crue's Nikki Sixx announced new memoir, The First 21, How I Became Nikki Sixx. So this is all going to be like his early days, you know, before he was 21 years old. And, you know, hey, if you want it, you're going to have to look in the fiction area, because I know it's going to be full of shit. Probably going to talk about how he was hooked on heroin at 6 years old and kept it in a diary that he wrote with crayons. And in other Nikki Sixx news, he said how Motley Crue has managed to stay together for 40 years. He says, I think the camaraderie is a big part of it. Yeah, no, actually, it's all about money. And have they really been together for 40 years? They kicked out Vince Neil. Tommy later quit the band. Then they did a farewell tour like 6 years ago. Yeah, that sounds like a band that really gets along with each other. I mean, seriously, do you think Nikki Sixx looks at Paul Stanley of Kiss interviews and says, hey man, I don't like that this guy is making me look bad in the lying department. I need to come up with some new bullshit story so he can stop making me look bad. But I don't know if Paul saw this Nikki Sixx story because he mirrored his bullshit. Next story. Paul Stanley of Kiss says, the story of Kiss really is a story of a friendship between two people. It's more bullshit from Paul to plug this documentary coming up on A&E. He said, I think that this documentary really humanizes us. We met when we were living at home. We were young teenagers with the great ambition. And this is really our story. So we'll go on a farewell tour that we've been on prior to the pandemic. And we're doing it bigger than ever. It's terrific. It's a great bookend. I mean, anybody can see through that bullshit. You know him and Gene don't get along. It's all about the money. And yes, this farewell tour. Wasn't there a farewell tour in 2000? Oh yeah. After that was bullshit, Paul said, it was really a farewell tour of the original lineup. Well, now I see him in interviews saying stuff like, you know, we wear costumes that are 40 pounds and high heels, and we can't do this much longer. So if they go back on this farewell tour again, they'll probably use that. Well, it was a farewell to the 40-pound costumes. So now we're going out without the costumes. Then again, I don't think that'll work. Remember Revenge? How poorly that tour did? But it'd be funny if they tried. And once again, Paul bashes Ace and Peter in a recent Rolling Stone interview, saying that Peter can't play anymore and Ace was too sporadic. Basically saying those two members can't cut it anymore. They can't cut it to be in Kiss. Unlike Paul Stanley of Kiss. The hypocrisy lives on. As we all know, Gene and Paul always bashed Ace for his alcoholism. And now, Kiss releases Cold Gin. Yes, they are hawking alcohol. They've done it in the past, but here they are hawking Cold Gin. A song Ace Frehley wrote, by the way. Bunch of hypocrites. Anyway, final story. Bruce Kulick put up this picture because he recently went out to eat with Eric Singer and Gene Simmons. As you can see here, Bruce is giving the peace sign, Eric is giving the thumbs up, And Gene is pointing at the guy wearing a purse.
Oh my.
Alright, that's it for the news. Thank you so much to everybody for watching, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal below, and check out my podcast, the VIERA Vault and the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. I will be in Nashville this year in August. So if you live in the Nashville area, come to the Rockin' Pod. It's going to be a blast. And hang out with me. I would love to meet each and every one of you. And hey, if you can fly in, that would be choice. Alright, stay frosty and SHMACKEMAGOB.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.